Hello everyone, I'm Azork, or Kiv, and in this video I thought that I would continue the Fact Friday series, and in this time we're going to be talking about the French Revolution, because I thought that seeing how Assassin's Creed Unity came out not too long ago, that we would do this one about something Assassin's Creed themed for the new game, so it's going to be about the French Revolution this time, and let's jump right into it. Just talking about the gameplay really quick. It was a quick game on Turbine. I went above on the 20 gun streak. I did it again. That's right. I got an insane 20 gun streak. Not really insane, but it was just a compilation of kills pretty much. I stayed alive. I didn't really die. I wasn't using a suppressor or anything. I wasn't tryharding. I just said, I couldn't find any other lobby except for this Turbine game because it was late at night when I got it. And it was just a good game. Honestly, it was. And pretty much what happened is that I kept joining back in this lobby even though I didn't want to play Turbine. It's not my favorite map, even though I happen to do pretty well on it when I do play it. But yeah, so I kept joining it into it, and I said, you know what, I'm sick of this. I'm just going to play it through it, and I'm going to try hard because I want this game to be over as soon as possible, and I don't want to have to spend another second on a map that I don't like whatsoever. So that's the gameplay in the background. I nearly get the Brutal. I'm on a 24 gun streak when the game ends, and I wish I could have gotten the Brutal, but at that point my teammates decided to actually get some kills, and they managed to pull out the win a bit early than what I would have wanted it to be, because if I could get the Brutal or maybe even a TDM Nuclear, that it would have just been insane. But these things happen. So, jumping right into the first fact, different sources give different estimates, but generally over 18,000 people were officially tried and executed during the Reign of Terror. In case you don't know, that was basically a period of violence that occurred at the start of the French Revolution and was marked by mass executions, and some estimates go as high as 40,000 people being killed and an unknown number of others dying in prisons or without trials. So, in case you've seen some of the gameplay for Assassin's Creed Unity, Arno does end up in a prison, which does give you a bit of a reference and kind of a historical point into what things were like at that time. But moving on, so the first public zoo, I don't want to butcher the name too much, but Mangerie du Jardin des Plantes. Such brilliant pronunciation, but it was created in Paris during the Revolution, and this happened as a result of the National Assembly demanding that all privately held exotic animals be donated to the Mangerie or stuffed. So yeah, pretty much either you had to give your exotic animal up, like your friendly neighborhood tiger that you kept in your pen, as you do, but yeah, and that meant in that time you had to give it up, otherwise it would die. Made popular during the French Revolution, the guillotine wasn't abolished until 1981, which is actually pretty recent when you think about it, but when France got rid of the capital punishment, that's what happened to get rid of the guillotine. However, it was last used in 1977. That isn't too long ago that someone got their head guillotined off. Is that the right way to say it? I don't know, but anyway, so in the late 18th and early 19th century, French citizens ate on average 2 pounds of bread each day, which, for those of you who are metric, is a bit below 1 kilogram. And that doesn't give much reference, so I went and took a look at how much a normal loaf of bread weighs here in Australia, and it's like 700 grams, which means that people ate on average a loaf of bread and about a third of another loaf of bread per day. So that's a lot of bread to eat. But so I don't know what happened, but some shit hit the roof. Sorry, another Australian term, but basically something went wrong at one point, and a loaf of bread would cost as much as a peasant would earn in a month. So yeah, people ate a lot of bread back then. Moving on, though, King Louis XVI, which was the king of the time during the French Revolution, he had a slight lock and key problem. So what this basically means is that he had a hobby as a locksmith, and it was well known that when him and the queen couldn't conceive a child for 7 years, people would make fun of them a lot, and they used to give him a lot of shit for it. Another Australian term, sorry, but they used to tease him a lot for it, and they'd be like, "What, can't the king do it? Oh, I bet he can't find the keyhole." See what the French people back there did? So yeah, that's pretty much what they did. And also the Queen got made a lot of fun of as well. They used to put out like flyers, I guess, like flyers and like lots of pictures of really slanderous pictures about her, and there's an example right there for you. But moving on, a bit before the French Revolution, but still in the 1700s, in the 1730s, a group of printing apprentices massacred every cat they could find on Paris's Rue Saint-Severin. I don't know, I'm guessing that's a street. But the cats were actually trialed, and they were found guilty and hanged of witchcraft. how is that supposed to work? How are you supposed to actually like put a cat in a trial? I don't understand that. I mean, like, you'd be like, the judge will be bang the hammer, be like, what do you have to say for yourself, Mr. Fluffykins? You have brought witchcraft to France. And then the cat would just meow and be like, guilty! Bang. And so, I don't know how that's supposed to work, and that's just my impression of what that would be like. I mean, how awkward would that be, having a cat actually trialed for witchcraft? It can't say anything back to it, that's just bloody ridiculous. So that's a weird fact about the French Revolution. It happened before it, but it was generally around that time, and I found it on their website, so I went with it. But moving on to the last fact, when the prison fortress of La Bastille was stormed on July the 14th, 1789, there were only 7 prisoners inside it, but the revolutionaries weren't after the prisoners, they were actually going for the large stock of arms and gunpowder that was there in the fortress. And interesting even more is because they didn't have any explosives, or they didn't have much to use, the fortress was taken apart by hand, brick by brick, and the bricks were actually sold as mementos of overcoming the monarchy or something like that. So that just about brings this Fact Friday to an end, and I hope that you guys have enjoyed it. It was actually a pretty cool themed Fact Friday, I reckon, with the whole Assassin's Creed gist to it and the French Revolution. So I hope that you've all enjoyed it, and right there is the relentless medal as we end the commentary. Make sure that you leave a like, comment, favorite, and or subscription. It is much appreciated, and check out my other content if you're a new viewer. I would really appreciate it, and also, if you do happen to watch my videos quite often, then make sure that you leave an opinion on the new song choice that I have for the intro and the graphic and stuff. So that would be much appreciated, and I guess I'll catch you all on the next episode. I'm Ace Orc, or Kiv, and I'm out.